Hello and welcome to Eagle View News. I'm Staci Green. Dr. Angela Davis graced the NCCU campus to discuss her experience as a political activist and share insight on current issues facing the world. Jasmine Holeman has more on the occasion.
Political activist Angela Davis visited NCCU as a guest for the Rock the Mic lecture series on February 10th. Students, staff, faculty, and the Durham community packed the B. Duke Auditorium for this important moment in history at NCCU. Student leaders brought greetings, engaged in crowd call and response.
I'm going to say rock and you'll say the mic. Rock the mic.
And Nathaniel Dunn, mass communication sophomore, serenaded the crowd with his rendition of Someday We'll All Be Free by Donny Hathaway.
Your self-respect, your man.
In this country. And one of the reasons now I think that we're beginning to see a lot of Black history is because they want that to be Black history and just history, the past.
Davis spoke on topics such as education, police brutality, equality, and how much of an impact the Ferguson protests had around the globe.
The small municipality of Ferguson has become a symbol of renewed resistance. No matter where you go in the world, people recognize the name of Ferguson.
As K97.5 radio personalities Brian Dawson and Showtime talked with students about social media and radio, Ray J stopped in to offer some words of his own. Mass communication students gathered in the University Theater and had the opportunity for a question and answer session with the music star. Ray J was also available for photos with the students after the event. Crime on the university campus is making some students concerned for their safety. Recent incidents involving gun violence has students and campus police on high alert. Alexis Kemp was on the scene.
A shooting occurred Thursday, January 21st at around 9:24 p.m. on South Roxborough Street in Durham. The victim, 20-year-old NCCU student Ciara Little, suffered a gunshot wound while in a vehicle. Two other victims were with Little at the time of the incident. An NCCU officer told us that after the victim was shot, she rushed to the Alfonso Elder Student Union to seek help. The officer also stated that he quickly approached the scene when the shots were fired. The students' injuries were non-life-threatening. Here's some students' reaction to the shooting.
It definitely has me concerned. I mean, I live in Chibley North, so I hear the gunshots all the time. I just want myself and fellow Eagles to be safe at all times here on campus.
I feel like it's unnecessary. You know, I'm from Queens, New York, so really I hear that all the time. But like here, you know, you don't try and like do anything that to provoke anyone, because yeah, like a lot of people are crazy. You know, so just like be careful.
I feel like it's messed up because as students, we want to feel secure in our surroundings, and to know that situations like that can happen around us is messed up.
Another incident occurred Wednesday, January 28th, as gunshots were fired just blocks away from campus. No one was injured. Alexis Kemp reporting.
NCCU's Eagle Enhancement Organization had quite an experience while celebrating Black History Month. Here's more. North Carolina Central University's Eagle Enhancement Organization held a Back to Black showcase for the campus community on Thursday, February 11th, featuring a wide range of talents. Students gathered in the B. Duke Auditorium for a night of celebration in honor of Black History Month.
Bang.
Back to Black is a showcase of African American history, poets, dancers, singers, musicians. It was really a chance to let the students on the campus of North Carolina Central University showcase their talents, and we collaborated with 100 Black men and women.
Crowd participation was at a high, and students wasted no time showing off their skills.
I think the Back to Black will be an ongoing event just because of the turnout, and everybody loves seeing the talents on campus. That's like that's a passion thing. You get to get up there and show your peers what you've been working on in your dorm room, what you've been working on, period. So we'll probably incorporate that every February.
Several advocacy organizations sponsored a voting rights teach-in at NCCU to prepare students for the upcoming primaries and presidential election later this year. Professors, students, and activists convened at the Miller Morgan Auditorium to discuss controversies surrounding recent voter ID laws passed by the North Carolina State Legislature. Kenneth Campbell was there to cover the discussion.
A state-issued ID, a passport, a veteran's ID, a military ID, or a tribal enrollment card.
Okay, so basically the group that helped us to organize it is the Scholars for North Carolina's Future in May. They basically just host teach-ins all across North Carolina to get students encouraged to go vote and to basically teach them some of what's going on in the courts, why our history is so important, why our vote is so important, because so many people fought for it and we're still fighting.
Now to be starting on a program of organizing these campus voting rights teach-ins, because we are really concerned that the voices of many of our citizens are being suppressed by recent legislation from our state legislature, and particularly community residents of color and students, young people more generally, are facing some really serious challenges to their voting rights.
It's so crucial here for NCCU students because we are in danger of losing our campus polling station. And so if we do not utilize it now, if we do not voice our opinions now, this could be something that's possibly taken away from us. And so it is my job as SGA president to make sure that the students are exercising this right and the students know how they can. So that's why this event is so important for us to have.
Yeah, we've been taking the teach-ins across the state because we feel like one of the most urgent issues across the state is voter suppression and the confusion that folks, especially students, are going to have when they go to the polls, both in March and in November. At each teach-in, students are learning a lot. In part, they're learning that fusion politics is not something that just happened in the last few years with Reverend Barber, but is actually a huge part of North Carolina's history.
It's like they say, Black people have always had their voting rights under attack. Women have always had our voting rights under attack. So it was our ancestors who fought for it, so we need to protect our right to vote.
And that concludes our stories for the week. From the NCCU TV studio, I'm Staci Green. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to join us next time for Eagle View News.